Hey everyone, welcome back to Coffee with Craner. This is episode 153. We're climbing to 200, and today I have Michael Campoli from Made to Shade here in Windsor, but they also have some exciting stuff that they're expanding into the US market. But since 2005, Made to Shade has been offering clients a personalized mobile service that really brings their showroom to their doorstep. And they've experienced a ton of growth. They have a 10,000 square foot facility right here in Windsor.
Actually, the manufacturing facility is in Toronto.
In Toronto.
Yeah.
But Michael lives and works in Windsor and is traveling all the time.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about his path in entrepreneurship and much more. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure and an honor. Thank you.
Episode 153. And
yeah, that's impressive. Good
job. Thank you. Yeah, we always ask a question about coffee.
Yeah.
Where would you say near your home or in Windsor, Essex is your favorite spot?
Lately, it's been the Second Cup, just down the street. I apologize. We're going to have to correct that.
Yeah.
It's actually the Naked Cup.
Yes.
So the Naked Cup is down the street from our house. So basically, my wife and I and family frequent that establishment quite a bit. Mm-hmm. So it's just off of Old Tecumseh Road. So it's a great little place to visit.
What I like best about the Naked Cup is the breakfast that they have too.
Yeah.
Like it's not just your coffee shop. It's got a breakfast, desserts.
They've expanded to the desserts and breakfast, and they do the owners are absolutely fabulous people, hardworking. The fact that they have nice shades there helps. So
you hooked them up.
We hooked them up with the shades, so they're quite pleased, and it's a great little place.
And how did we'll fast forward to the topic of conversation? How did the shade business start for you? What was that journey like?
Well, the journey really started when I was a child, because back in growing up as a child, we were involved in the family business. My dad had a manufacturing facility where he did actually draperies more than just shades. So he did draperies and shades. So growing up as a child, I was always involved with going to work with him, spending, days off with him, the summers with him, installing shades. Never really planned the shade business to be my final career. Ended up going to college, got my degree, went into business, opened up an insurance office. Then in 2005, I was looking for a bit of a career change, and that's where Made to Shade Window Coverings was born.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now was it straight after school, or did you kind of just jump right into it?
No, basically, I'm a little bit older than I look. So basically, I did around 10 to 15 years of my insurance company.
Yes.
And then in 2005 is when I opened up Made to Shade Window Coverings.
Do you still operate the insurance?
No, insurance company. I sold off that book of business. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what made you want to switch?
Just the times, the market itself was a little bit more challenging with insurance. There was a particular insurance company that had gone bankrupt, which was the first time that's ever happened in Canada.
Yes.
After that, I was just very, time for a change, and sitting down with the family, sitting down with my wife, and knowing my past and that I knew the window covering industry, it just kind of felt right at that time to get involved with it.
And what kind of insurance were you?
General lines.
Okay.
So it was all general lines, commercial insurance. We specialize in restaurants and what have you.
And did any of the skills that you learned in the insurance business transfer over to Made to Shade, and with any synergies?
Absolutely. Well, in sales, they're always connected. So whether you're selling cars, whether you're selling insurance, or whether you're selling blinds, everything is really tied in. And at the end of the day, it's all about offering the product that the individual needs and the quality, and making sure that you get them what they're looking for.
Yes. And with Made to Shade, for those that might not know, how does your business work? What is it? Business to business? Is it direct to consumer?
So
what's the model?
So Made to Shade Window Coverings is in fact a retail operation. It's a retail store per se, without the retail store front. We actually keep our prices low by offering a factory direct service right in your own home.
Okay.
Our vans are equipped with everything that you need to see in regards to decor, to match your decor. So we basically offer a shop at home service only.
And you have those that are installing it, and like somebody places an order online, they'll come to the house, install it.
Yeah, so we're basically not online sales, it's all personal sales. So basically we'll go to your house, either myself or Steven, my sales manager, will show up at your home, analyze your needs, see what the situations are, what requirements you have. After placing an order, within a couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, I have two installation teams that will come out and professionally install your shades. nice, clean, courteous. They're a great bunch of guys.
No mess.
No mess, and it just simplifies the whole process.
And when you first started, how did you create that book of business? Because there's a lot of entrepreneurs that are looking to take the leap of faith in all types of businesses. How did you begin to create that book?
The book was pretty much advertising. It was just a ton of advertising. I
Really?
still do quite a bit of advertising today. At the beginning, it was more cold calling. You know, your door knocking, you're advertising in certain avenues, whether it's the local magazines that are offered here. There's some great magazines offered here in Windsor. We're pretty much in every single publication. So it was just a matter of marketing and word of mouth. Just getting out there, making people know what you have to offer, and taking it from there.
And is there a preferred way to advertise? Like, is it print that you seem to focus on?
20 years ago, 15 years ago, print was huge. Print was, Windsor Star was big for us. Now the major magazines in Windsor are still huge avenues for us. And now it's more social media as well. Tons of Instagram, lots of Facebook marketing, SEO, like there's search engine optimization that we use as well. But that generates, a small percentage of our business. Being in business for 20 years, 90% of our business is all referral based.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to grow your business is
absolutely. Our client referral base is huge right now, and that would generate most of our revenue. Yeah.
And can you talk about the success since you started the company, I believe 2005 you had mentioned?
2005, 20 years in a few months next year.
Oh, congrats. Yeah. That's awesome. Tell us about that success that you've seen so far. Were you working out of a van and then now you have this 10,000 square foot facility? How did that all?
Well, basically in 2005 when I started off, it was a one-man operation. It was Mike, his suitcase, and his van, his Astro van running around Windsor, with the logos on it, and developing that client base, developing that foundation, to grow. Then over the years, we just became busier. Windsor, Essex County grew. It's growing, and it still is growing today on a rapid basis. So it just, as I started getting busier, my team started growing. From one installer to two installers to 4 full-time installers, one dedicated tech guy that just does home automation and repairs. So it's we stand behind our product. So it basically evolved over the years from a one-man operation to a fairly nice-sized company.
Did you see yourself here
in the blind industry?
Yeah. Did you see it getting this big?
No, to be quite honest, no. I just thought it was going to be a small little home-based business. We do have a shop now on Patillo Road, so we do actually have a physical shop as well here in Windsor. We don't manufacture here; we do repairs and we store everything here. But no, if somebody would have told me 20 years ago that we'd be manufacturing shades and I'd be in the U.S. market as well, that would be something that I would say probably not. But it's here and it's reality and it's happening.
So tell us about that success. You ventured into the States.
Yes. So as of February this year, I opened another division up with a partner of mine, and we partnered together and we opened up Blind Bliss. And we have Blind Bliss, which is our U.S. operation.
Okay.
And right now it's in Michigan and in Florida, with intentions of manufacturing fairly shortly in Florida. So another second manufacturing facility in Florida.
Why Florida?
Florida. There's a couple of reasons in Florida. We found the market in Florida to be growing. It's rapidly growing. And aside from that, it's a place where, I already have a secondary residence there, and a lot of connections down there. So as I'm progressing to my older, my seniors here, my senior age.
You want to retire and then still sell down there?
Retire and still do something every day.
Okay.
Yeah. So, keep myself, keep yourself sharp and still maybe go to the office every day and make sure that everything's running smoothly. Yeah, something to do while I'm down there.
And I mean, if you love what you do, most people don't end up retiring, right?
It's and really, you're right. Loving what you do is the key element of any job because it doesn't feel like a job if you really love what you do. So I have a passion for what we do, for what I do personally, and it doesn't feel like work. There's days that, don't get me wrong, feel a little hectic, and there's days that you want to pull your hair out. But majority of the time, it's fun to do.
What is your favorite part of this business?
The people we meet. The people going and interacting with so many different individuals from all circles of life. Business owners. Now, really heavy push towards commercial, meeting a lot of commercial builders, whether it's stateside, whether it's here, meeting with union reps, like people that are pretty far up, on the ladder in Michigan, and just making some connections that I would never have imagined making. So it's quite impressive. And Windsor Essex County has been a godsend for us. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, this is such a supportive community.
Amazing.
Now we talked about what you love. What I guess not what you don't love, but
right.
What's a challenge in this industry?
Well, the challenge in the industry nowadays is more not so much a competition. It's individuals out there that maybe don't know exactly what they're offering and what they're selling, because there's so many companies that have established themselves in Windsor Essex County, all selling a very similar product. The product all looks the same, but in reality it's not. A lot of stuff is made overseas in China, what have you. The quality of the product isn't the same. Price points are much lower, but at the end of the day, if someone's looking for a quality product at a fair price with a lifetime warranty, they're going to be turning towards our product. So there's challenges in every business, but it's more
consumer education.
Consumer education is the most important. Absolutely.
Very interesting. So what's down the line for Made to Shade, Blind Bliss? What are you excited for? What plans are in the works that you could share?
Made to Shade is just evolving in Windsor Essex County and in my Toronto manufacturing facility. It's just growing manufacturing. In Toronto, we manufacture for a variety of dealers. We have 20 to 30 dealers that buy from us on a regular basis.
Wow.
In Windsor, Made to Shade manufacturing only manufactures for Made to Shade Windsor. But the plan is for the Toronto facility to expand to handle the volume out of Michigan. So, and then eventually open up multiple manufacturing facilities across the U.S.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's the plan.
What's the end goal? Like, what is there a vision? Like, you want to be in every single state in the U.S. Like, do you want to get to that scale, or?
I don't think I personally want to get in that scale, but David Mills, my partner, may have a different opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be in every state,
yeah.
But in regards to stateside, I just think a presence in the states that we have access to on a regular basis is what I'm looking for. At the end of the day, I'm not looking to reinvent the wheel. We just want to keep something simple, keep it going, and something to do and benefit from.
Yeah, you also don't want to be in a position where you're so big that it's no longer enjoyable, or
exactly.
Like, the bigger you get, the more headaches
that come
with it, right?
The bigger the bigger you are, or the more issues you have to deal with on a ongoing basis. So at the end of the day, it's to pretty much use a cookie cutter approach I did in Toronto and expand that into 2-3 states in the U.S. See how that progresses and take it from there.
Very cool. I'm excited to see that growth.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
It's happening quick too.
Yes, it's happening quick.
I see Blind Bliss everywhere, and I live in Canada.
Yes. So and thank we have a great marketing campaign with Blind Bliss through David, and we've made an impact, and people are hearing of us in the U.S. So Blind Bliss is definitely making a strong push.
Well, how do you tap into the U.S. market? Because when I spoke to the owners of Oven 360, they mentioned they're going stateside. Yeah. I'm always interested to find out how people are doing it. How did it happen?
You know what? It was just an idea that David and I sat down, because he's developed my a software platform for Made to Shade manufacturing and for Made to Shade Windsor. So David has designed through Shelta a platform for our installers to use and what have you. Then him and I discussing my location in Florida, we came up with the idea of maybe expanding into the U.S. and that's exactly, we brought that to fruition. And we it'd be funny to say though, we cold called. It was just a matter of getting on the phone and calling people, knocking on doors, saying, "Hey, we offer this product from Canada. Are you interested in it?" And
really, everyone
is receptive to it. The people that are seeing our quality, our product coming into their facilities now in the U.S. are absolutely amazed by it, by the quality, the workmanship. We take pride in the product we make, and having it stateside, they see the difference. Not too many manufacturers in the U.S. Are paying attention to the quality that we do.
Do you still door knock?
Not personally, not in Windsor.
Yeah.
But in the U.S., I'll pick up the phone, and if I see a blind company as I'm driving through Michigan visiting my dealers, I see ABC Blinds, for example, I'll pick up the phone and call. Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
When you first started your door knocking?
Absolutely.
Is door knocking dead? With the pandemic, it might have
Um,
changed things a little bit, but do you still see the benefit in it?
Absolutely, 100%. I see the benefit in door knocking, just for that personal contact with the customer. So, and we still have door hangers, and I tell my sales manager, if you're free one day, or my installers, if they're in a new subdivision, we have these door hangers, toss out a few door hangers here and there. It does work in regards to making that initial contact with the customer. Yeah, not too many people like cold calling via phone, so you're not picking up a call, phone calls, that type of marketing.
You find door knocking works better than cold calling on the phone?
In regards to, yeah, absolutely. Cold call, knocking on doors works way better, for sure. For residential. For dealers in the US, it's a completely different market. But in Canada here, in what we do in Windsor, knocking door to door is definitely works.
Is there a strategy behind it? Is there like science of how to properly door knock or cold call? Any
None
tips and tricks?
whatsoever. There's no tips or tricks. It's just a matter of going there and presenting, having the confidence to present a product that you believe in, and that's basically it. If you believe in the product that you're selling, knocking on any door is not going to be an obstacle. You're going to have the confidence behind it because of the product. There's a need, because if you're knocking, you're only knocking in the areas where people have new homes, for example. So those people are in need of shade. So whether they use you, whether they use another company, at least you have an opportunity to show your product, present your quote, and tell them what we're about.
You must have some stories from door knocking and cold calling that went bad.
Oh, there's tons of stories that go bad, but at the end, sometimes you're interrupting people, whether they're having dinner, whether they're watching a movie with the family. So there's definitely there's some good and bad to everything. Absolutely.
Just how do you deal with those objections at the door, right?
At the end of the day, it's just you just got to move forward. You're going to get objections in everything you do in life, and it's just a matter of how you deal with that and how you just move forward and push forward. Because if you have like I said, if you have the confidence, for every 10 doors you might knock on, you might get one person that says, "Hey, I'm interested." But at the end of the day, those are the numbers that you have to knock on 10 to get one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you say that's the ratio? Is
absolutely, 10 to 1. Even with calls that come through, if 10 calls come in a day, and if you're visiting 10 people, if you're closing 2 to 3 people in regards to showing the product, they love your product, they like your pricing, they're confident that they're dealing with a reputable company, then it makes it a lot easier. And like I said, nowadays it's a lot easier because of the 20 years in business. The referral level is what generates most of our revenue.
Fascinating. And in the mortgage business, I've tried door knocking a few times, and it goes well, but you can deal with people that are not open to opening the door. But it's a little different, I think, in our space. We're discussing finances at the door, right?
Yeah.
So it's
huge difference. And you have to remember, 20 years ago, knocking on a door was pretty common.
Oh yeah.
Today you knock on a door, you got door cams, you got this, and people at one time knocking on a door was the only way to conduct business. Nowadays with technology has changed that quite a bit. So knocking on door, that's why door hangers, we use these door hangers where we just leave them on the door, because most people are working during the day if you're walking around neighborhoods. So the door hangers work well, but knocking on the door over the last 5 to 6 years has been a little bit more challenging than it was when I first started. Absolutely. And I can see how you face challenges doing that nowadays. Yeah.
Well, people aren't as open to sharing their financial situation with you right up front, right? Especially at the first meeting. But no, it's good because a lot of people watch the show that are in sales, and it's door knocking, cold calling. So it was good to hear what your strategy is behind that.
Absolutely.
Now, my final question for you is somebody that's looking to enter your business specifically.
Right.
Could be a direct competitor.
Right.
What would be your advice to that person? They want to create Made to Shade 2.0. Don't give out all your secrets.
No, there's no secrets whatsoever. In regards to anyone getting involved in the home decor industry, all I can say is basically knowledge is power. It's knowing your product. It's we spend thousands of dollars in product development. We spend thousands of dollars in traveling around the world to find the best product, to find the best fabrics. We source our fabrics out of Europe. Our components are all out of Europe as well. So it's a matter of developing the proper products that you need to offer your customer, and making sure you have a product that has the quality and the durability to stand the test of time, and the warranty behind it. Because we have offered a lifetime warranty, and we stand behind that 100%.
Fantastic. So focus on the product, and then everything else falls into place.
Focus on the product and offering a good quality product at a reasonable price. Yeah.
Awesome. How can folks that are watching either use your services, get in touch with you for advice?
Yeah, easy. Just either Google us, Google Made to Shade window coverings, go online, and basically our number is there. Our number is really easy. It's 519-999-9898. So it's an easy number to remember.
Is 9898 like, does that stand for it?
Doesn't stand for anything. It's just the easiest number I could find back in 2005, and it works well. So basically, and if you're looking for me personally, I'd be more than happy to come out. If not, Stephen Caruso is your guy here in Windsor.
Awesome.
But yeah, we look forward to meeting as many people as we can.
Very cool. It's a great story, and I'm so happy to see all the success you're having now in the U.S. as well. You have a great team. David has been on the podcast, and excited for what's next for you.
I appreciate it. Thanks for this opportunity.
Thanks, Michael.
Pleasure.
If you're looking to watch the full episode, visit coffeewithcrainer.com. We'll see you soon.